right. So, brief little interlude, right? So, we've worked a lot with two different types of functions. So far, we've had power functions, right? That's also including 1 over x. That also includes like square root of x. We could do the cube root of x. And we've also done e to the x. But there's tons of functions that exist. So, we probably want to have some more functions that we can take derivatives of. So, for now, we're going to present these without proof, but we can prove them. We actually kind of sort of did this on homework 4. We showed that if we took the limit of f of x as h approach of x f of x plus h minus f of x over h as h approached 0, then we saw that the derivative approached 1 over x for the natural log of x. And indeed, that is the case for it. So what we did was not a proof at all, but it just kind of shows that if I take the derivative of natural log, I should get 1 over x. The derivative of sine is going to equal cosine, which is kind of weird. The derivative of cosine is going to equal negative sine, which is also kind of weird, right? So sines and cosines just kind of fluctuate back and forth. One really easy mistake, if you've never done these derivatives before, is that cosine gives you a negative derivative, a negative rate of change. So these are 3 more derivatives that we should know by sight. So you can create a flashcard for these things. You could get them tattooed onto your wrist, whatever you feel would be best. So if I want to take these derivatives of just these functions, so once again, I can apply the derivative as a linear operator to both sides. Right, so the derivative of y is just going to be dy dx. And then since I'm adding, I could still distribute my derivative over everything that's being added subtracted here. So the derivative of the natural log, as we saw from above, is just 1 over x. So 3 sine of x, I don't have to worry about that 3, right? Derivative is a linear operator. I can pull the 3 kind of in and out of my derivative if I want. So that's just going to be 3. The derivative of sine we see here is cosine. So we're going to get 3 cosine of x. And then we're going to get minus 5. Right, again, I don't have to worry about that constant, but the derivative of cosine is negative sine. So my derivative is going to be 1 over x plus 3 cosine of x plus 5 sine of x. If we did the 1 below it, again, we can take the derivative of both sides. Derivative of f of x is going to be f prime of x. Derivative of 4e to the x, again, we can just pull that constant out and act like it wasn't there. Derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So we're going to get plus 2. It's a constant. We can pull it out. Derivative of sine is cosine. And we can pull that 8 out of the 8 natural log of x. Derivative of natural log is just 1 over x. So 8 over, or 8 times 1 over x is just 8 over x.